Daton, you've told me stories about how you came to this tournament as a kid for your birthday and whatnot. How different is this one though, because it is in your backyard?
It's special. It's right here, probably 10 minutes away from the house I grew up in. So it's gonna be exciting, and I'm just looking forward to competing. Yeah, I always tell kids, it's wrestling is too hard of a sport to put that much pressure on yourself. So it's more about especially when you're young, it's having fun and falling in love with the sport. Because if you don't love the sport, whenever you get to college and whenever it starts to matter a little bit more, then it's not it's not worth it at that point if you're not in love with it. So that's what I always tell kids.
It's for Daton. How important is this hometown crowd to you? And do you think it will sort of help spur you on in the moment?
I'd like to think so. I think there'd be a lot of people that have supported me that'll show up, and all I can do is go out there and compete like I do and try to give back to them that way. It's exciting that it's in my hometown, so I'm just going to embrace that and go out there and put it on the line.
What will it mean to you if you do win here in your own backyard?
Obviously it's going to mean a lot. I've been real close 3 times, so to finally break through in my hometown, it mean the world to me.
Thanks. Daton, just in terms of you've battled them a couple times now in the finals, just do you know much about Roman Bravo Young off the mat, or have you guys gotten to know each other, or what do you know about him?
No, we don't really know each other that well off the mat. So he seems like a good guy off the mat, I'd say, but we haven't really got the chance to become buddies.
Again, this is a question for all 3 of you. All of you have excelled at the world level. 2 of you on the senior level, not yet for you, Mason. But can you talk about how different this competition is compared when you go to the world competition?
Yeah, it's obviously I think the biggest difference is the style difference. It's freestyle versus folk style. I think folk style's a lot. You can't just go out there and get a match over in a minute. And I mean, you could if you go out there and get a fall, but it's a lot harder to go out there and pin someone in folk style than go out there and put 10 points on the board real quick in freestyle. So I think that just it's more of a grind. Folk style the whole season leading up to it. Most of the time when you're going overseas, you've just been training for that one tournament, and you're a little bit more, your body's a little fresher. So we've been going a full season, and this is a show, and that's what they do. They try to do. They try to put on a good show for the fans and everybody, and it's good for the fans. But we just got to stay focused as wrestlers and go out there and do our jobs. Yeah, I think it's great to have that support from your teammates, for sure. They can whenever you're wrestling for your team, you tend to perform a little better, I think. But at the end of the day, it is just you out there on the mat. You don't have your whole team out there with you, so it is way more individual than it is having a team. But it's nice to know that you have that support in the back. You come back in the back and they're all fired up after a big win. It's always fun.
Hey, another one for Daton. Hi. So you've been here before. You've been a runner-up before. Are you doing anything differently this time to try and win? Is this going to be your year?
Yeah, I think it is my year. I've been, every year I come here, I think it's my year. Every year I've been here, I've thought that I was the best guy in the weight. And I still think that. I've lost a couple close matches, and it just didn't go my way. I think that if we wrestle those matches again, then I easily could have done things different and won. But that's in the past, and I'm just focused on my performance each time I step out there. The results are going to happen, but I'm just worried about my performance and going out there and getting the job done.
just for all three of you, just what do you think of Tulsa and what do you think of the facilities here and the BOK?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it seems like a really nice venue. We've had everything that we've needed so far, so overall it's been a great experience, but obviously, you know, the tournament is what makes it count, right? So it's been a good experience so far and hoping to keep it moving in that direction.
Yeah, you know, I really like Tulsa. You know, it's a great place, especially for a wrestling tournament. I know I wrestled here, you know, when I was younger in Tulsa Nationals, and you know, being back here brings up, you know, a lot of good memories. As you know, growing up as a little kid wrestling. So, you know, it's pretty cool to be back here.
Obviously, I love it being here in Tulsa. So, you know, I think that it's a great arena. I think some people were a little worried about the size of it. They didn't think it was gonna be big enough, but being down there on the floor, I think is kind of the most space we've had down there on the floor. You know, there's a lot of room on the sides to walk around, and I think that it's a perfect place to hold the national tournament.
So, Yanni, you made reference to Tulsa Nationals. How many times did you come down here for that?
I've actually never wrestled in the Tulsa Nationals. It's just we like make the joke, you know, kids count how many youth state titles and youth national titles they have, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think these guys really care. I know I don't, and it was more just the point, like, it matters to you because you want to win, but you know, when you're 10, it's about getting better.
Have you attended in this building, concerts or whatever? What have you seen in this building?
I've been to multiple concerts in this arena, and then obviously the Big 12 championships.
But I mean, like entertainment type stuff. What's your favorite show you've seen here?
Seen Luke Combs a couple times here. And then I'm seeing Luke Bryan here on August 11th. So,
thank you guys.
For more information, you can visit tulsaworld.com.